Recording. All right, I'll just start the intro now. Come on, Africans! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, African fight fans? It's your boy Jibro Aminu, and today we have a special guest in the African Fighters Show. And we got alongside me, basically, I'm going to be doing an interview today with my boy Yagi. Yagi, say what's up.
What's up, everyone? How you
All
guys
right.
doing?
All right. So, well, today we have a bit of a history going on. We are going to interview our first ever Zimbabwean fighter on the show, and he's also a history maker to the fact that he's the first ever MMA champion out of Zimbabwe. This fighter, ladies and gentlemen, was born, trains, and live in Africa. So he's a real one out here, and that's none other than Themba Gorimbo. My brother, welcome to the show, Themba.
Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on this African show. I like your hat.
Thank you very much. It's representing. It's representing. Ladies and gentlemen, he might look like a nice guy with Frappuccino in front of him, but he kicks ass, guys. Anyway, sorry, we did not. My audio did not catch you there. What did you say, Temba?
I say I'm a nice guy sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, today I'm going to be into doing this interview with my boy Yagi. Yagi is going to tag team with me because Yagi has history with Temba because they know each other from the streets of social media. They've they've been conversating, and then I thought it was a good idea, and Yagi thought it was a good idea for him to hop on here because he's curious about some questions as well that he would love to ask Themba. So I'll just go first, and I would ask Themba. Themba, can you please tell me, for the fans out there that don't know you, can you just give us a brief explanation? Because I would do a good job if I would do it, basically. But can you just tell us about yourself real quick, very briefly?
Yeah, so obviously, like you have done most of the part, like the introduction part of telling the people that I'm the first Zimbabwean to ever become a world champion in mixed martial arts. Yeah, that is history. I've defended that title and I've vacated it. It's now open for anyone to take. I'm from Zimbabwe, Masvingo, in the village of Bikita, and I live in South Africa currently. I train out of Kyalami, and yeah, man, my focus right now is just heal from my injury and get back to it and get all the way to the UFC and become a champion there too.
Oh, wow. Okay, we can't wait for that. Yagi, do you want to step in here and ask a question?
Yeah. Last year, Temba, you had the opportunity to go to UAE and fight for UAE Warriors. Can you just tell us a little bit how that experience was, and not just the experience? You also fought alongside Sylvester Shifumbu, who's your teammate. How was that experience? Can you tell us a little bit how that went?
So look, it was our first time actually to travel out of Africa for both of us, and it was not an easy task, you know. Sylvester was stepping in on, I think, just over a week notice to fight the champion, the UAE Warriors, and I got the fight like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the thing, but I was already preparing um, for the UFC as a backup guy for the Abu Dhabi fights, and I had already told Sean Shabby that listen, if anyone falls off, I'm in, you know. So I was preparing. I was well prepared for that fight. It's just unfortunate thing that of the things that happened when the fight started. You know, I dislocated my shoulder 28 seconds into the fight, which is something that, you know, like before I've won a fight twice with a disloc with one arm. And when it happened, you know, at a high level, I could feel that today it's gonna be a hard day. But in my head, there was no one point in time I thought this guy was going take to take my dream away from me. So I thought to myself, it's fine. I'm just gonna keep on fighting with one arm. And hopefully I'll get a knockout or whatsoever. But you know, it didn't come through. The guy was boring as fuck, and he started late and prayed on me. I can't blame him. If I was in his position, I'll fucking do the same shit. So it's kind of like, yeah, I know in my heart he can't beat me. Under no circumstance, I know he can't beat me. I know he's scared of me. Like in the fight, I could feel his fear. whenever we would stand in front of each other, he was very, very scared. And as a coward that he is, I'm sorry, but he's a fucking coward. At the last 20 seconds of the fucking fight, then that's when he started talking and say, "Hey, you must start talking now, talk now." And I'm like, "Bro, you're being boring. Fuck. Like I have got one arm, you can't finish me." But it is what it is. You got the win, and I got the loss. I learned from it. The experience was amazing, was good. Like it's something that you need. For me personally, I'm happy I lost that fight because maybe I was gonna go on and do something stupid whatsoever. So I'm fine. I'm fine with the loss. I take it as a learning experience, and I know that I'm destined for greater things than this guy that beat me. Actually, like he might have a win over me, but it's something that he's gonna hold on to in the future because I'm gonna go for greater things. I'm 31, and the sky's the limit for me. He's 34. I don't know where he's gonna end up being at, but at the end of the day, it is life, and we move on. And I'm looking forward to my future.
Absolutely, Temba. Absolutely. The sky is the limit. And speaking about the sky being being the limit, basically, my brother, I can see from your social media you've been posting about 2022. Something big is coming. We should get excited about your future and all of that. I kind of feel like there's something that we don't know. Is there anything we don't know? Speaking about your future, are you signed to maybe UAE Warriors? Are you going to the Middle East, or is America in your near future, or are you going to the Europe? So, is there anything that we should be excited about?
I literally was signed to the UAE Warriors, but I've got some options. Like I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm gonna fight in the United States. That's where I'm fighting next.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know yet what exactly I'm planning to do because I'm literally one fight away from the UFC contract. Once I get my visa, and everything sorted in place, what do you got to say? The visa that allows me to work in America. There's the B visa, P1 or P1, I think. Yeah, the P1 visa. Because the other one is, it's thing. But I have to get the one that allows me to work in America. And once I have that in place, I know that I'm one fight away from the UFC. Before that fight that happened last time, the UFC was going to sign me. But, obviously they had like overflow with the guys being signed to them during the pandemic, and everyone tit and tat was getting signed. And the roster was full, and they were just promising me that, listen, yeah, we get a gap, you are in. And I know for sure, I've spoken to Sean Shelby even after the fight now in the UAE Warriors. I told him what happened, and he had some positive words to say to me. And I know I'm one fight away from the UFC contract. Whether it's I win a fight on a smaller promotion in the United States, and I go on to fight on Contender Series and get in the UFC, or I'll get win a fight on a smaller show in America, then straight away I'll get signed to the UFC. I'm just one fight away from the UFC. And I believe that once I'm in the UFC, everybody's going to see and realize that I'm the real deal, man. Like, they will see. For me, it's not my skill. For me, it's my will. It's not my skill. Skill is basic, but my will is extremely, extremely something that is out of this world. I know for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to quote that. You can write that on the shirt. It's not my skill, it's my will. Temba Gorimbo. So, speaking about the America, it sounds like it's almost a done deal with the UFC right now. It's just the working visa. We understand how much of a struggle it is to get those paperwork done, all of that. So it kind of sounds like it's almost a done deal. But when you cross over to America, obviously I know there are many promotions.
There will be a done once. It's not almost a done deal. It will be a done once I have that and I have a win. When I win the next fight, it will be a done. I can tell you that.
Okay.
It will be a done. Okay. My manager is very good friends with the matchmaker, and the sky's the limit. Watch.
I believe you, and I don't think anybody doubts you, Temba. And speaking about that one win that you would get, Is there any chance you have any promotion in mind in America that you might go down there and get that one win before you move to the UFC?
You know, I was aiming at that. I'm curious about the LFA,
Hmm.
and I'm curious the Fury fighting, and I'm also curious about the other one where this Africa is a champion. What's his name? Fumi.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah. Cage Fury.
TFFA.
So I'm curious about those three promotions. Yeah, I'm curious about that, and I'm not going to leave an option of the other promotions, but I'm curious about those three: Fury fighting, the other one, it's called Cage Fury. Yes, Cage Fury, and LFA. But you know, like for me with LFA, my other plan was, but I don't think I should try to chase a title in LFA. I don't have that thing, but I was going to chase that title also in LFA to get signed to them and chase that title and become a champion there. But obviously, that will take me in the calendar of like 8 months, so I'm not interested in that. So I'm only in one fight, hard fight, easy fight. I don't care. To get a win, just get that win on my fucking topology, then I can get my CV back on.
Great. Yagi, you sound like you want to come in. What's the question you want to ask?
Yeah, I wanna backtrack a little bit. You were EFC champion, and you said you vacated your EFC belt, and you've already fought outside the promotion. So I want to go back to EFC and just kind of talk about your experience with EFC. I know you won the belt. Was it against Michaels you won the belt off? Then you defended it against the Australian dude. Just tell me about your experience with EFC.
Look, I don't want to lie to you. Like in the beginning, my experience with EFC was great, amazing. I loved every part of it, and you know, I was young and naive. I didn't know much. All I wanted to do was to fight, and fighting was the most important thing. Then I realized, you know what, I still need to also get compensated for what I do. You know, I've got a good story behind me, and I've got a nation behind me too, and I bring eyes to the table. I also need to kind of like get paid, and I also need kind of my freedom, and I need to be respected. And I feel like those boundaries were like they crossed the boundaries in terms of that. Like they didn't want they wanted to pay me like I don't even know, man. Not even a quarter of what I got paid to defend my title to fight recently, to fight Martin Van Staden whatsoever. And I told them, hey man, I'm not gonna fight. I would rather relinquish or retire than fight in this promotion ever again. So it was great, but like everything in life, it comes to an end. So I ended up relinquishing my title. Literally, they wanted to strip me of the title, and I counted them before they did because you know, like I was smart enough to know what they were trying to do. They were trying to put me in a corner to like make me, to strip me of the title. They were like, you must fight this guy for like 20,000 rands. Whereas I got paid 150,000 rands to defend my title. You know, like, I'm not going to fight for 20,000. You know, like a year apart, I'm going to fight for 20,000. That's like 130,000 rands less to do that. So I decided, fuck it, I'm not doing that. So I just relinquished the title, and I'm happy. I've got the belt at my house, so but I'm happy. I'm happy also. You know, like the other guys can get the opportunity to be champions.
How would you rate the talent pool? Because now you fought international, right? How would you rate the talent pool at EFC compared to the guys the guy you fought at UAE Warriors? How would you rate that talent pool?
You want to know the truth? The guys in EFC, there's maybe, I don't know. But I'll tell you, the guys at EFC, they are cleaner than the guys that are in that other show. Those guys are on juice. Like, they are on juice. Steroids, yes. The EFC drug test, I can tell you this, EFC drug test is probably second to the UFC. Mm-hmm. They are very strict with the drug test. The EFC drug test, they do random drug tests too. They do on the night of the fight, like finish the fight, you are getting tested, and the ban is like crazy. It's like 4-year ban, and no one wants to do it. all the athletes are clean in the UFC, in the EFC. There, oh, come on, man, that Brazilian was on juice, fucked up on juice, and yeah, I can't say much, but yeah, the guys they tested. The guys here they get very tested.
Okay, one other question I have to ask. I know you have a gym and you have a lot of proteges under you, young guys that you've mentored under you. Now, looking at your experience with EFC, I know you probably want better for them. Um, there are not a lot of African promotions or promotions for young Africans. What's your goal for these young proteges that you're raising up in? Because I see some of them on your YouTube channel. That's how I got to know about the last one we were talking about earlier. I forget his name just now. But what's your goal with these proteges that you have?
Yeah, like for me, the goal obviously, I always say to the guys that train in the gym, like the goal is the UFC. We shouldn't look somewhere else. The goal is the UFC. Everyone should aspire to become a UFC champion. But obviously, there's a process and time for it. And for me personally, I know that once I'm in the UFC, trust me, I'm throwing the ladder down and everyone is getting up on it. And that's what I'm going to do. So we will find small promotions. The guys will fight and they will build their records. Once I'm in the UFC, personally, my goal is I'll throw the ladder back down and everyone must climb on it. And I'm going to make sure that each and every one of the guys that train with me are going to be in the UFC. Yeah, like the more the better for us in the gym. So that's my goal.
All right, I'm going to piggyback. I'm going to piggyback on what Yagi just said about the boys that you have training with you, the boys under you. So, you spoke about the goal being the UFC, and then the process of getting into the UFC. That is fighting in smaller promotions and all that. So, recently there's been a new promotion in Nigeria. It's called the African Knockout. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. You probably are. Is there have they probably tried to reach out to maybe your camp, or have you tried to reach out to them to get your boys on that?
Yeah, in South Africa. There is a promotion in South Africa. It's called Alpha MMA. It's called Omega. I literally just did a deal for them now for a fighter to fight Anisette Kanyeba. I got a guy, his name is Lawson, from he's training at Denver, Colorado. I'm going to Denver, Colorado in April. So he trains at the gym where I'm going to go, high altitude and elevation. And he's coming here to South Africa on the 26th of March to fight Anisette Kanyeba as the main event of this new promotion. There is a new promotion, and I'm going to put more of my guys there. And they're paying well. They're paying good. If they can fly a guy from Denver, Colorado there to come here, that means that they can pay better. They are paying one of my guys who's making a professional debut, Zulu Boy, way more money than he could be paid in the EFC. So I'm happy, and I'm in a good books with these guys. I literally just saved their show. I had a nice fight for them, then it fell off. Then I got another one, it fell off. Then now this one, I got a deal for them. And it's like my side hustle. I'm like a small manager. I'm getting a percentage out of that. But at the end of the day, I'm also trying to maintain a good relationship with them so that my guys can go onto that show. They have respect for me and say, you know what, Temba, you went over and above for us and gotten us what we wanted. Like they couldn't get what they got now if it wasn't of me, because I went to the guys because I've been in contact with the guys in high level at high level high altitude gym in Denver, Colorado, and elevation. So we got the guy from elevation. He's gonna come and fight, and he said it's my conduct, not their conduct. So they respect me, and I'm gonna channel all my guys through that show. And UAE Warriors, and then eventually, we'll get in the UFC. But doors will open.
Yes, my brother. The sky is the limit. Like you said, your skill and then your will. How did you put it again? That quote I'm going to put on my shirt. What did you call it?
Yeah, like my will is more than my skill. I'm basic with my, and my will is more. It's extreme. I know for sure. For me, if there was no judges, especially in that last fight, it's like fight to death. It's fine. I'm gonna fight with my one arm until he got tired, and probably I'll choke him with my one arm. But yeah, man. If you don't knock me out, you're not winning.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask about the weight class, right? You've been fighting in welterweight. And I know that over in America and the US, the weight cut is very hefty. You would see middleweights fighting in welterweights. You'd see very thick guys fighting in lower weight class just to have that weight advantage. Do you have any plan in staying on welterweight, or do you plan on going below, or on going the division below, or haven't you given it a thought yet?
My brother, been there, done that. I've been at lightweight before, and trust me, man, I'm miserable when I'm at lightweight. I don't talk to nobody. I don't eat. Like for me, I like to work a lot. And when you're not eating properly, as much as they say the diet food whatsoever, man, I'm an African guy. I need to eat my pap every single day. I need to eat my carbs every single day. And if I'm limited to that, I don't train well. I'm not a nice guy. I'm miserable to be around. And I'll never aspire to go to lightweight. If it's a UFC fight, like I've always said, just to get in, I will go to lightweight. But just about that, and I'll go back up to welterweight. I'm getting older, and I want to get bigger. Like I'm working to get bigger and bigger, so that I don't have these issues of being a small welterweight or whatsoever.
Yeah.
And at the end of the guys might be big, but physically they won't be strong, man. I'm an African chicken, brother. I'm strong.
Right, Yagi, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I want to jump in. I want to play a game with Temba real quick. So, Temba, the game I want to play with you is this. I'll name some fighters, and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind about them. Are you ready?
Hey, Yagi.
Yeah.
Get ready. The first one is Luke Michael.
The first word that comes to me, if I see you on the streets, I'm fucking you up again.
What did you say?
Nah, I can't say this, but yeah, look, Michael. Shem, naive.
Naive? Okay. The next one I want to ask you about is Dricus du Plessis.
Who?
Because Duplessis.
Dricus du Plessis.
You guys don't know how to pronounce Dricus' name. His name is Dricus du Plessis.
Dricus du Plessis.
Dricus du Plessis, yes. Still knocks.
Du Plessis. What?
Hardworking. He said hardworking.
Hardworking. Okay. The next one I'll ask you is George Masvidal.
Can't.
Okay. I have one. The Mate Pena.
Okay.
Extremely hardworking.
That's 3 words, but we'll take it go. It's actually 4 words, but okay. And we'll come back and talk about Pena to see what his future is. The next one I'll ask you about is Leon Edwards.
Good guy.
Kamaru Usman.
I got to know him. He's a nice guy.
That's a lot of words, bro.
It's a lot of words.
Nice guy. Okay,
Graham Cartwell.
Huh?
Graham Cartwell.
Graham Cartwell. You don't want to know? I don't want to say that guy. I blocked him off my social media, so I don't know. Blocked. Okay, blocked.
All right. Lau Karam.
I feel sorry for that guy, man. When you know that story of that guy. Yeah. I don't know. I had to sit with him after the fight. I didn't know his life story, and I sat with him, and I know his life and what he went through and all that stuff. I feel sorry for him. Yeah, he's a guy that I literally like. I didn't want to fight him, but because he had a good record, I said to myself, I call myself the zero collector. I like to fight the guys that are undefeated because I always give them their first loss. So that's why he was the only guy on the roster, and no one wanted to fight him. So yeah, but it's life. I hope he comes back. I don't know if he has ever fought ever since.
Ndubela, the heavyweights.
Who?
Ndubela, the heavyweights.
The doctor. Nice guy.
Nice guy. And I guess the last one I'll ask you is Khamzat Chimaev, because I know you saw him fight live.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast, man. I didn't believe in him until I saw what he did, man. I'll say beast, but I'll fuck him up. When my time comes, I'll fuck him up.
Okay. Going back to Demetrio Pena, I know the African Fighters did a piece a couple months ago, and he was one of the top African fighters that we recognized because, when he fought, he was one of the top guys, double champion for EFC, but it's been a while now since he fought.
It's still a top guy.
I know you train with him. What's his future? Because he hasn't fought in a long time now. And there's something called ring rust.
Dirty, but he's fighting now on the 18th of March. He's fighting.
Oh, he's fighting? Okay. Where is he going to be fighting?
UAE.
Yeah.
Human Silver.
Okay, good. What weight class? 135?
Yeah, bantamweight, yeah.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying we would love to have him here, Demetrio Pena. I would reach out to him probably next week. He's a nice guy. I have so many questions to ask him. And before we let you go, champ, we know that your drink is already melting. My question is about the legacy that you'd want to leave. The legacy that you'd want to leave when it's all done and dusted. Obviously the goal is the UFC. So can you explain to me, when people Google you in say 20 years from now, when somebody goes on Google and write Temba Gorimbo, what do you want them to see?
I'll have. Actually, I don't know, man. Like, one thing I know for sure, that they'll always remember my name, because I'll be that guy that overcome all the odds and go all the way to become one of the greatest. In this sport of MMA, it might not look like it now, because obviously I'm on my back foot. But when it's all said and done, everybody will realize that hard work does pay off, and they will realize that the sky's the limit when you believe and work hard. And I will inspire the rest of the world. You will see, my brother. It's gonna happen, and my story is like a movie. And I'm the main actor, so it's just like, one minute you see the main actor getting the full light on him, the next minute you see him waking up and rise from the ashes, and that's me. And my story is gonna be amazing, and I believe that I'm gonna make a lot of money once I'm in the UFC. That I won't even know what to do with it, and I will help a lot of people from my village, country. That's my first thing, There's many things I would like to do myself for my people back home. Obviously, right now I can't. But that's my main goal. One day I want to make so much money that I can help everybody that is around me, and especially where I come from, because I believe that there's so many of like me there. It's just not discovered yet, and the opportunity has not been given to them. And we'll see.
All right, Yagi. I know you would want to ask about the predictions about the fights tomorrow, because Yagi told me that you are sort of like an oracle when it comes to fight predictions. You always say it. You always say it to existence, Gorimbo. So I'm going to consult the oracle today. Gorimbo, predictions. Israel Adesanya defends his title against Robert Whittaker. How do you see that fight going?
You just said it.
Okay.
You just said the answer.
Yes, I know this.
You said Israel Adesanya defends his title against Robert Whittaker. You just said it, so that's the answer.
Okay. So now is the how. I want to know the how. I don't want to know the I want to know the how. How do you think this is going? Or haven't you given it a thought yet?
Right hand and left hook, and I don't know, right hand and left hook. And this end of the night, man. Like, I don't know. That's how I see it. Like, he's very good at using his range, and he's very good at using that hook of his. It's like a check hook on the back foot. So I think he's gonna land that 1-2, and that will be the end of it. He's good.
What round are we? What round are we looking at?
I don't know, but he's gonna finish him.
Okay, Yagi, the oracle today is not giving too much information.
Move
He
on to
was
the
very
next.
specific in previous fights, so I guess he's trying to be
Okay,
humble today.
okay. How about your country-mate Blood Diamond?
I don't know who is this guy fighting, man. I don't.
Yeah,
When you are on that level, on the undercut,
of course.
like first fight, and you are waterweight on top of that, I'm not interested. I'm interested with the top guys. So I don't know who is he fighting.
Yeah,
I know he's from, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about him because he doesn't give a shit about me. So
yeah.
yeah, I look like I'm. How do you say? Like, people will think that maybe you are jealous or whatsoever. Of course, I'm a fucking competitor. I want to be the first Zimbabwean to be in the UFC, and I know this guy didn't fought to be in the UFC. He got it through Adesanya. He didn't earn it himself, so fuck it. I don't
Okay,
care.
okay.
I don't.
I don't. I see something here. I think you actually do care about this guy as being your Zimbabwean brother. I just think that the rivalry of that welterweight is coming to play here. I think it's
No,
because
it's
you
not
guys.
the right about earning your sport.
Yeah.
It's about your sport the
Yeah.
hard way. I
Mm.
end this the hard way. I'll end this the hard way. At the end of the day, if you can make a phone call to Dana White and say, hey, pay me 50,000 less and please sign my boy here, which is a good thing from Adesanya. Adesanya is, I want to make a blueprint of what he did. Like, I'm going to do the same thing and I get in the UFC. I'm going to also do the same thing and say, you need to pay my boy this money and pay me less and you can sign my boy. So I think it's good, but at the end of the day, it didn't end it. Yeah, someone that knows someone, you get something. So it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
you've got one more?
yeah, one question I want to ask you, how I word this now. Our first interaction was with Usman when he had to do with Usman, and we had a back and forth with that. Now, I want your honest opinion. Usman came back to Nigeria and he opened up this AKO show, and they had their first event, and they're about to have their second event. I'm sure you probably looked at it. I want you to give me your feedback as somebody, like you said, you've been involved in the MMA scene in Africa. What were some takeaways you got from that, and what are some advice? Because I mean, Usman knows you. He's going to see this clip. What are some advice you have to give with that? And would you have some of your boys come if he called you tomorrow and he's like, hey, Temba, at UMF, you're training some bantamweight, some featherweights. I need some of your boys to come over to Nigeria. Let us train them. What's your take on that AKO?
We never do that. Firstly, we can't. We can't think. There's so much talent in Nigeria, and they don't even get an opportunity to fight here in South Africa. So I think they should just keep doing what they're doing there. Obviously, when they need a bigger name and whatsoever, they can come. Look, I like one thing about Nigerians: they're hustlers, man. They will do whatever it takes to get where they want to get, and I believe they will get what they want. They don't need to have influence from here, Southern Africa, bro. These guys, they know what they want and they'll do whatever it takes. The Nigerian guys, they are very determined in getting what they want in life. How many Nigerians are in America?
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Yagi is one of them, innit?
Yagi is one of them. Like it's yeah, man, and it's not easy, man. But like, I'm just glad that they have a show that is like proudly African show, and they're doing something unique there. If they teach these guys some of the jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, but I don't know. They don't. Those guys that they're made like on muscles. So I don't think they do even have that flexibility to do type of jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So yeah, man, they must just keep doing what they're doing, and Kamaru must just keep on doing what he's doing and putting the eye on that show. And the sky's the limit for the guys that are fighting there.
Why is it that at EFC I don't tend to see a lot more Africans? It's mostly South Africans. I don't see mostly Ghanaians, I don't see Nigerians, I don't see Tunisians. It's mostly South Africans, maybe a bunch of Congolese. Why do you think it's mostly South Africa related? I mean, you can't get my question, right?
it is very hard for anyone from Nigeria to get a visa to come to South Africa, firstly. And the EFC tried to minimize the headache of what do you call it? They try to minimize the headache of the visa and stuff like that. It's like an
But they get guys from Europe. Your last guy was from Australia.
They can come here without a visa. So it's hard, you know, like this is not their problem. I think this is our African leaders' problem, that they need to make sure that you go into an African country, you don't need a visa. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Well, it kind of feels like the same thing going on with you now trying to get to the US. You sort of already have like a plan. Everything is neat, but you just need those paperworks just to get through. So I kind of feel like it's sort of the same way with Nigerians moving into South Africa to fight. Well, it all comes down to paper.
You know how long I've been doing my paperwork?
How long has it been?
I've been doing this since April when I was supposed to be on the Contender series. That was April last year when they approached me for the series. So since April then to now, I've been working on my paperwork. You know, it takes time and patience, and believe you have to, that it will happen, and I believe it will happen, and I will get. Like I'm already there. I'm happy. I'm already there. I'm already celebrating. It's a celebration. Red Penny night.
Who are the guys in your gym that we need to be on the lookout for? Because I know you have a staple of young guys. Who are some of the promising guys in your gym? I know you have some of them with you, so I need you to be truthful. I need you to be truthful. Who are some of the guys in your gym that you think, okay, these are some guys maybe in 5 years that everybody will hear of?
In the 5 years, we got our own Francis Ngannou. He hits fucking hard. That's Sim sitting there. Bevan is very good, but he doesn't like MMA. He does only boxing. So he's got.
Oh, can we see these guys? Can we see them?
Yeah.
Where is the Francis? Where is Ngannou?
This one.
Okay.
And this one is Bevan. This is Simba.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, so yeah, man, we there's other boys that are not here, but they are good, man. Like I always give them the same advice. If you keep focused and you work hard, you will get what you want. I can't control the outcome, but I believe in the process of hard work, because I've gotten here through that. Yeah, man, you just have to keep working hard. The life will give you what you. Be a nice person, keep working hard, and that's it. You will get what you want. People see through things, and right people will come into your life with time, with progress. Like right people will come into your life. Like, you know, from one stage to another, you will find always somebody that is good to help you. You know, this is the first step. The second step will come. The third step will come, and I believe they will go far if they just keep working hard. And I'm not saying this because they're here, but I literally talk about this every day.
All right. Yagi, you got one more before we go, because we've been taking Temba's time too much.
I think I'm pretty good with it. I think he's kind of touched everything, so
okay.
We're good for me.
All right, Temba, we just have one last request from you, please. So if you don't mind, please, if you can just give us a shout out by saying, hey guys, this is Temba Gorimbo. You could be like former EFC welterweight champion, future.
I don't like, if you go on my Instagram, I don't even say to myself I'm a former champion. No, I'm a champion for life. I've won already in life. So I don't like to say former. I'll just say.
Oh my God! You know what? This confidence that you have, in the UFC, man, when you get on those press conferences, I don't think the fans will forget you easily.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I will get there, and you will see. But yeah, like I can say this. You know, shout out to the African Fighters channel, guys. Thank you very much for the opportunity, for everything that you have given me to come on your platform, and it's amazing to be here. And man, you guys must watch out, because soon we will have those three-letter gloves on me here, and we'll be taking names soon.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring this. I think we'll let you go now. Shout outs to Francis Ngannou, Zimbabwean. Oh, by the way, are your boys Zimbabweans or are they South Africans?
I got 3 Zimbabweans here now. There's 1 South African. So yeah.
Did you kind of bring them from back home or they already living there?
2 from back home. Other one was already here.
Man, you're already a philanthropist, man. You're already working for your people because literally you have a camp of boys that are from back home. You're already training them. You are their mentor, so you're already doing a lot, my brother. That's a lot of because those boys are gonna be inspired by your journey, bro. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I think the world needs to know this much of work you're doing, and I believe there's plenty more you would do, my brother.
Yeah, it will come. It will come one day. It will come one day. It will happen. Like it's hard. It's a hard thing, but at the end of the day, like each one pick one. So we'll just see.
All right, my
we'll
brother.
See, and let's see, man. Main goal is to get that win next, and then get in the UFC or on the contender series in the UFC. But definitely before the end of this year, you will see me in the UFC.
All right.
I'll have. Once I'm in the UFC, I'm gonna stay busy, my brother. Like I'm gonna fight like a crazy motherfucker. Like I'm gonna fight every week if I have to.
You're gonna Khamzat Chimaev everybody.
Yeah,
Even Khamzat doesn't fight every week. Let's stop using that.
So when I get there, I'll appreciate the moment, and I'm coming there to fight. If I'm healthy, fighting.
Great.
Who would you want to debut against?
Oh.
Who would you want to debut against? If Mick Maynard called you and he's like, Temba, who do you want to debut against? Someone realistic.
My brother, for me, I've always visualized my way in the UFC this way. That I'm going to debut against a guy who's in the top 10, and I'm going to beat him up so badly that everybody will remember my name. And I will not fight 4 fights until I get to the title.
Okay.
I've always visualized this, that it's going to be on short notice, and I will debut against a guy that is in the top 10. And I'm going to beat him so badly that everyone will remember my name. And after that, I'll only fight the top 10 guys. 4 fights, I'll get the title. I've had a vision and dream of fighting Kamaru Usman one day, but I don't have that anymore because I believe he'll be retired I think he's going to retire soon. Man. And also, I think that's why, maybe these things happen of me getting injured and stuff like that, because you kind of want to aim for your brother, because at the end of the day, we are both Africans. I don't wish him bad, but I wish to fight him and take the belt from him. So it's almost like I'm trying to take food off his table. And, maybe the African goes kind of hey, we're in a humble winner. You need to sit down. So I'm only focusing on getting there in the UFC. Once I'm in the UFC, whoever is the champion will be the target.
All right. Thank you so much, Temba. This is the cue that I'll let you go now. And I'm just going to tell the fans, African Fight fans now watching this, please do subscribe, do all the good stuff for us on our YouTube. We really appreciate you. And we are out.
Come on, Africans! Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, Temba.